This is Paranormal Short Session 21 by Keith Evans. I'm at the Chestnut Street Cemetery. Today is Friday, the 14th of July, 2023. I'm at a cement slab. I haven't noticed any unusual cold spots or warm spots. It is a little bit of drizzle, so that little dot that you see, like a little purple, darker area within the yellow background of the cement, that's this little piece of pine tree that's gotten wet. So, just give you a lesson on, sometimes things look like they're colder than what they should be, and they're actually very normal. That's another thing that's got wet. I'll give you a 360 of starting with this tree here, of the light drizzle type sky that's over me. It's just light drizzle, so I'm going to continue on. Never let a little rain get in your way. But you can see this has been not really in that much direct sunlight since I've been here. It's been mainly overcast, but it's nice and warm. It holds in the heat, so it's a very thick piece of concrete. Probably big enough to have a stairway for people to go in and out if they were going to have a secret tunnel, but if it is, it's airtight because there's no cool air leaking out. And it's a hot, humid day, so I think I'd catch it if it was there. Now, it could be a secret tunnel. It's very tight, airtight. No cool air is leaking out. Let me show you this from another position. Cloudy day, you get better thermal pictures there's less background shadows to be picked up. Well, let's go over here and look at a Mason tombstone. Milner, M-I-Z-N-E-R. Let's get it whole thing from it's a thick type, heavy duty granite tombstone. At least that's what I think. It's granite. And it's yellow today. It holds in the heat, so I don't see any. What you're seeing off here is the tree. The tree is wet. It's also got vegetation on it that holds in moisture. And that's always going to kind of look purple. Unless it's under direct sunlight and it really dries out. But you can see the moss growing on it. So this is kind of the northern side of the tree. Which, since the sun is towards the south coming in, they're going to get the most shade on this side of the tree. Hence, you got the moss growing. I'll show you the tree from here. It's got the purplish tint at the bottom. I guess where it's the coolest and has the most moisture. Alright. Let's change your angle a little bit and show you the Milner tombstone from this angle. That's M-I-Z-N-E-R. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, correct me in the comments. Always looking to learn something new. See the purple, that's the tree beside it. That's not paranormal. Just a wet tree from the drizzle. So I'm going to try to go around just about all four sides and show you the tombstone. Now this is the front. It has the information on it. And it's yellow. What you see in the purple above it is that tree right there. So it might be just the wet leaves in the background because the tree don't exactly line up with that. Anyway, but I think it's just wet vegetation in the back. Alright, let's go a little bit closer and look at the little emblem. I'll show you what you're looking at now through the thermal imager. Well, emblem says erected by woodmen of the world. And then down below it you have Thomas Mesner, born September 4th, 1854, passed away February 19th, 1903. Well, it might be 1905. I think it is 1905, but I might be wrong. Let's get a little thermal image of that area. All right, that is about all the angles with the tree being here. This is about the only angle I can get, otherwise I just have tree in the frame. It's pretty much yellow all the way around. That's what you would expect from a, the base type granite that's thick like that. It's a very sturdy tombstone. All right. Now let's go back over to the cement slab, and I got to utilize the Ovilus 5 and maybe try to ask some questions about who this slab belongs to. Seems like a nice thick slab to be putting, here. It's pretty much at the highest part of the cemetery. It kind of droops off here towards the road and gets a little higher maybe over there. Then from here on it's kind of downhill in all directions. So I guess this would be the best place in this area around here to put a, this could actually be what once was the secret entrance. That one there could be too. But this would be the ideal place. You want to put it in the highest area so it doesn't flood in if you get a lot of rain. All right, there's my obelisk. You can see some raindrops on it. I'm going to hang on as long as I can, as long as it don't rain hard enough to get the equipment wet and ruin it. All right, before I turn this on, I'd like to ask the name of the person that this cement slab belongs to, or who's buried underneath this cement slab. There's more than one person, get in line, tell me your names. I'll press the ABC here.
Finished.
Vegas said finished. Well, why you want to be finished? Are you saying you're dead, you're finished? Well, death might just be the beginning in your spiritual journey.
Child. Metaphysics.
Child. Finish is FINISHED. Child is CHILD. There's a child buried here. Metaphysics. METAPHYSICS. Well, I guess when you were alive, maybe I would be considered metaphysics. So I'd say yes to that. But I'd like to know the name of the person that's buried here. If you were a child, what'd they call you at home? I have a tendency to feel that child spirits actually age just like they would if they were adult after they pass away. They take on new information and mature. At least that's the way I look at it. Does anyone here at the graveyard today feel the way I feel about that as far as when children pass away? And try to get some of this rain off of it. Does the raindrops harm a ghost or spirit in any way? Does it affect your buildup of electromagnetic energy? Does it keep you from utilizing your electromagnetic energy? Because it seems like whenever it's stormy out, maybe not thunderstorms, but I've done a lot of, stormy days where it's light rain, and usually they're very non-active days as far as the obelisk goes. I'd say 90-95% of the time I don't find any unexplained hot or cool areas with the FLIR C5 camera. That's what I'm using today. Well, when I did the thermal photos. So does anyone know the year that this slab was put here? Does anyone know if this was once an entrance to a secret underground tunnel or cave? Looks like hush is the word. What would I find underneath of this slab right here? Can you tell me? A deceased body, entrance to a passageway, dirt and no body, child's body, cat got your tongue, got one word, prop, P-R-O-P. So you think it's a prop? Was that Mary? Yeah. After prop, P-R-O-P, I got Mary, M-A-R-R-Y. So Mary, were you buried here? Hi Mary, nice to meet you. My name is Keith Evans. I just want to remind all the ghosts of spirits, sometimes I do it before I start off camera, but to be fair to the ghosts of spirits that want to appear on my YouTube videos and my short promos, I do use this promotional short promos on Instagram and Facebook, and I also use the full length of the paranormal short session on my YouTube channel called Paranormal Short Sessions by Keith Evans. So if you're a ghost and spirit and you don't want to be part of that, then please don't choose a word from the Ovilus 5 and don't show up in any way where I can see you with the thermal camera. Don't create a cold spot or a hot spot, or don't show up where I can see you on just a regular video camera or the regular camera. Okay, I just want to let you know so I'm being honest with you as to how I'm going to use this footage. Mary, what is your last name? My last name is Evans. My name is Keith Evans. And you are Mary... Mary, why would anyone say that this little slab is a prop? I would say a prop is something that's made to look real. So that word would kind of give me the indication that this may be where at one time was an opening to a secret tunnel or a secret passage. I guess we will never know because, as we all know, burial grounds are sacred and you don't dig on burial grounds. You leave it alone unless archaeologist has that permission to do some type of digging through the state for historical documentation. Okay, everyone got that clear? All right. But it's fun to think about it, and there are a lot of history about people actually digging tunnels close to a waterway, whether it be a ocean or a bay or a river, so they can, transport whatever goods they want to transport in secret. So, all right, Mary. Anything you want to say before I leave, Mary? Any questions you have for me, Mary? I'll get closer to the slab, so if you're low on energy, it'll help you out a little bit. Apparently not. All right, let's go over to Mr. Mesner. You got your little symbol here. They got a little passage down here. It's hard to read. You might be able to read that at home. I'll try to hold it still for you. On this side, I don't think there's anything written here. There's a decorative strip that goes across, I think all the way around. Then there's like a little symbol up here. That's kind of got arrowheads and flowers at the bottom, and it looks like some flowers or leaves on the side. But it's wore down to the point you can't see it there. And then this third side is got another little symbol. I don't know if it's the same symbol as the other side, but it seems to have the cross arrows at the bottom and some leaves and flowers could barely be seen. But in the center, that must have stuck out further than the rest of it, and it's really wore down from the weathering of time. And it's got the little decorative strip at the bottom, kind of like a decorative piece of wallpaper for a wall. And it's got the base right here. Then it's got the second base. Then it's got a smaller base, narrower base with the word Mesner on it, or the name Mesner, M-I-Z-N-E-R. Then above that, it's got the long type tombstone. It might be in two parts. I don't know if this is just decorative or whether it separates this from that. That's a possibility. It's the name of this individual is Thomas W. Mesner, M-I-Z-N-E-R, born September 4th, 1854, died 19 February 1905. He's got the little emblem that says, erected by woodmen of the world. I see that a lot. And it's got like a little trunk of a tree that's been cut down, and it's got some Latin there. Dum taxat clamet. Whatever that means in Latin. So you're looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 4 or 5 piece tombstone. Pretty cool. Now we're back to the side where we started, which is right next to this tree. It's just nice and wet from the drizzle. All right. Mr. Mesner, my name is Keith Evans. Would you like to tell me anything about your life? That's cars going by in the background. I don't know if this audio can pick up on it. It's also a lawnmower going in the background, so that's not paranormal, just to let you know. Mr. Mesner, what did you like about Apalachicola? Mr. Mesner, how long did you work in the timber business? Nothing. If there's any ghost or spirit in the area that knows how long Mr. Mesner worked in the timber business, please give me your name and the year if you know it. Well, I just let the ghost spirits know that if it stays slow and I'm not getting much data, I pretty much showed everything of historical significance. So I will probably not go the full 30 minutes. And the drizzle is coming down. So I can understand why the ghosts of spirits probably want to find an indoor spot to hang out so they're not getting wet. I imagine most electrical charges can be affected or ground out if they're, since water is like a conductor of electricity, and ghosts of spirits are just electromagnetic energy. Does that make sense, Mary? Mary, did you know Mr. Milner when you were alive? All right, since Mr. Milner seems to be vacationing in some other part of the world, and Mary is probably ran out of energy, and it's going to take her probably more than 30 minutes to recharge. Looked like it was nighttime. NIGHTTIME. Oh, there's another one before nighttime. Hidden. I didn't see that. After Mary, I got the word hidden. HIDDEN. Now, the hidden might have to do with the cement slab here. So you think something's hidden underneath of there. Is that another clue? Okay, hidden. So Mary might say something is hidden underneath of there. That doesn't mean that it's a cave or a secret passageway. Mary, do you feel comfortable telling me what is hidden? Nighttime. No, Mary, it's not nighttime, or whoever said nighttime. It's actually, about 11 a.m. Eastern time during the daytime. For some reason, with the Ovilus, it wants to come in blurry. My camera seems to focus on the background fine, but not the Ovilus 5. Dope. DOPE. Dope was a popular word back in the 60s. Anyone who didn't do something right was a dope. And then in the 70s, dope became more popular as a slang for drugs, illegal drugs. Or even prescription drugs that would numb the pain. People would use the terminology, that drug dopes you up. So, DOPE. So that's somebody that was around in the 60s and the early 70s. Am I correct? Well, I'd like to thank Mary and Mr. Milner for communicating with me today. At least I think they did somewhat. And always enjoy your company. I'd like to thank everyone who watches my YouTube videos. Appreciate all that support that you give me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I probably have about 400 different paranormal short sessions on YouTube. Some of them are, 30 minutes long or less. Some are maybe as short